What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the best women's boxing show, period. I am Cynthia Conte.
And I am Jeandra LaBeouf and clearly was not on Cynthia's vibe today because I look like I just rolled out of bed, but I swear I did not just roll out of bed.
I looked like you earlier, so don't worry.
I know. You know, we do what we can. We fit it in where we can, but we are very excited today because we have a guest with us, a signee to 360 Promotions, a 3-0 professional fighter who has a fight coming up on April 19th, Roxy Verduzco.
Hey.
Yes.
Verduzco.
Thank you, everybody.
Miss
Hello.
Right Hook, Miss Right Hook Roxy. You
Yes.
don't go by your first name, Iana?
Not really. Everyone knows me as Roxy. Right hook Roxy.
It makes sense.
Right.
It goes well with the name.
But either way, beautiful name.
Yeah.
Both of the names are beautiful, beautiful lady, and we're excited to be with you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Jeandra just said it in your intro that you are a new signee with Tom Loeffler's 360 Promotions. That's awesome because, Tom Loeffler is known to always work with some legends, and he's worked with some big women in the sport, former undisputed champion Cecilia Brækhus, Layla Ali, and Lucia Riker. And also she worked with Sinisa Estrada. And of course, Gennady, Golovkin, just those little names and Klitschko brothers.
Little Klitschko, just here and there.
Just them.
Yeah, just them. But how does it feel? Because, Tom is very selective of who he chooses. And when you got that call saying he wants to sign you to 360, what did you do and who did you first call? Besides your mom.
Well, he called my mom first, actually.
Yeah.
So, she takes care of me. I feel honored, and he's very careful and selective who he works with. He's there from the beginning and the end in a lot of boxers' careers. He watches them, he moves them nice. He's very active, all his shows. He's always having shows. And again, I'm really honored. To me, he's probably the most nicest man I've met, promoter. He's good with everybody. He has not blackballed. Like everybody, he's a good man. He can move around, and that's what makes him great, there's flexibility with him.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said that. That's been a favorite thing of ours too, of Tom's, his ability to work with everyone. I don't hear anyone in boxing saying anything bad. They don't want to work with him or anything of that nature. So what was your first meeting with Tom? Like, do you remember the first time you ever even met him, even long before you landed at this point?
Man, I was probably like 8 years old when I first met him. So again, I've been around the boxing my whole life. I mean, he was one of the star promoters back then and till this day, and I went to the show so many times when they were at the Hollywood Fight Night. They were everywhere. And recently, I believe my second fight, I was like, I need a fight on a card, and he was more than welcome. He's like, yes, you can fight on my card. My pleasure. Just sell tickets. Sold the place out. It was a great show. He liked the way I performed, and then that's when we discussed about getting a signing and working with him. We had about 2 meetings, came to a conclusion, and everything worked. But I did showcase my skills on my second fight, and then that's when the third fight. Before that, he signed me.
Wow, when you said Hollywood Fight Nights, I used to host it. So I think I probably saw you. But man, when you're saying 8 years old, Tom, she's really aging all of us right now.
I'm 23 now.
Oh, now you're really aged up.
Wow.
No.
Oh my goodness. You're my daughter's age. I
Right? You're
mean,
a
I knew you were
baby.
young, but I have a daughter. My daughter is 21. That's crazy.
Man, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm 70 years old with my back hurting and all these boxing, getting punched since I was 4 years old. I feel older.
Well, you've talked about it. So a lot of people may or may not know you, but you are very, very decorated. Your amateur record is 101 and 6, won 21 national titles, 3 gold medals in international tournaments. I mean, like you said, you've been fighting since 4 years old and you don't know anything else but boxing. Did boxing choose you? Why did you want to choose this violent sport? Why not well, you weren't playing with Barbies and, doing girl stuff. You're in a nasty, sweaty gym with boys?
That's the funny thing. It's in my blood. I'm actually a fourth generation fighter. My uncle is Benny the Jet Urquidez, a kickboxer. My aunt Lily Rodriguez, she was one of the first boxers, pretty much. And it's been in my family. I'm the last one standing now. My aunt, my uncles were all wrestlers, boxers, kickboxers, you name it. My grandma, and it's in the blood. And yeah, I played a lot of sports, believe it or not just boxing. I was just very rugged, playing with the boys, cutting my knees. Everyone thought I was gonna be a boy. I don't know. And I was just very rugged and I liked to play sports. I was great at track and field, great at softball. Everything I did, I was just an athletic person and I stuck with the boxing. It's in my blood, in my DNA. I also worked very hard. My skills just all these years and it's paying off now. It's paying off.
You started very young, but at what age did you fully become aware of your relationship with the sport? Was there a fighter? Who was the earliest fighter that you saw went, wow, I really want to keep going?
I mean, honestly, my
Other than
sister,
your
she was a
family.
fighter. She was a fighter, and also too, Ann Wolf and Bridget Baby Doll. All of them, they were some people I looked up to when I was a young kid. I mean, 4 years old, I was in the gym. 6 years old, I comprehended everything and was like, okay, I'll fight at 8 years old. And I mean, when I was really young, I mean, my sister and Sinisa Estrada, they were training at the same gym, things like that. So I seen
Mm.
her. She was, one of the first women too, but again, like all the old fighters, I have respect. They open the doors for us younger women and open the doors, and now we're getting paid, like Katie Taylor, $6 million. That's record breaking.
Amazing.
I mean, imagine that. Like back then, just to even get $100,000 is considered like $1 million now for those fighters. But trailblazing
Mhm.
women, and you're now a trailblazer for the women that are, or the little girls that are going to come after you. But the things like this, women in sports. And by the way, congratulations, you're going to be featured in the Ring Magazine's March issue for Women's History Month.
Oh,
That's
oh man, I'm blessed
that's
and
big.
honored. I think Tom, they talked to the Ring Magazine. Ring Magazine reached out. I mean, I feel like I earned it, and I'm not saying this in a cocky way. I'm saying this in a confident way. I've worked hard. I love the constructive criticism they gave me. It makes me want to push myself. It was nothing bad. It was just, okay, we need to see more, and I understand that. I'm in the beginning of my career. The pro game is completely different, and again, I love that constructive criticism. It pushes me more, and it makes me want to work harder so I can be in the Ring Magazine as undisputed.
I like the way you say that because now we're getting to a stage where you mentioned Ann Wolf and those are the trailblazers. And then you have like the Katie Taylors and Amanda Serranos. They're almost like the OGs at this point. They're starting to sunset their careers or reaching the end of their career. So you are the next up. What do you think that the women of your age, of this generation, need to continue doing to carry the sport forward and keep it growing in popularity?
hmm Honestly, I would say not caring what people think. Again, it's a male dominated sport, it's a man's world. And for us, just keep working hard, push yourself. Marketing is important, social media is important. A lot of fighters don't like it, but you need it. This generation is all about marketing and money. And, you just have to really be smart about it. Don't be disrespectful. Fight good as well, and no cattiness. People like to see skills, and women now, the skills getting better and better each generation. I look at kids at 8 years old. I'm like, I'm watching you because you're gonna come for me because I'm coming for the girls that I sparred, girls that I looked up to, and I'm just like, wow, it's generations and generations getting better and better. So I mean, I would just say focus and move fast. Women were able to move fast. It's People say it's easier for women to get a title, but at the same time, it's hard. We don't get the same amount as money. It's just about,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very
You know,
true.
I like the way you say that because I almost feel like sometimes they think with women, when women fight for accomplishment, it's almost like a hobby, like you're just doing it as a hobby and you're doing something else on the side. No, women are all the way in, just like the men are all the way in.
I think we get punched, and we only have 2 minutes. They always say women don't get knockouts. You don't give us 3 minutes. I was like, 2 minutes. All the knockouts happen in the third round. I meant the third minute. So it's like, they like to talk down, and I'm not mad about the 2 minutes. I don't mind it. You just got to go out there and throw. But again, it's just, you just got to push yourself, and it is hard. The money, we're trying to make it equal, and we're getting there. We're getting there year by year. It's getting better and better.
We talked about it's an ongoing issue, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You just said you can get the knockouts in the third minute. Why do you say that?
you have more time to think. You have time to set things up round by round. Men take their time, they're thinking, they're careful. That's why they're more slick. They have better defense. I guess the stronger thing, I mean, I'm not stronger than a man, I will admit that. But again, you're just slicker, you're smarter, you're more cautious. And with women, you got 2 minutes. It's like this. You gotta just go in there, throw. And there is knockouts in the second minute, but at the end of the day, we have to be in a rush. We don't have time to think. And it's just go, go, go.
Sorry.
No, just staying on the whole thing of 2 minutes. I want to kind of take a step back and walk us through your training and when you're training, because people think you're just going to train for the 2 minutes and that's it. What does a training when you're in camp for a fight? What does that look like? What does your sparring look like in terms of minutes? What does that really paint the picture for people who think that, oh, okay, 2 minutes, that's it, and then they show up for the fight?
Yeah, no. So it depends really. Sometimes I'll do mids 3 minutes. Sometimes I'll hit the bag 3 minutes because I want to see how far I can push myself. If I condition myself for just 2 minutes, I'm gonna get tired right at the bow. And what if I have more rounds and rounds? So sometimes I do 3 minutes. But in sparring, I like to keep it 2 minutes. When I have a fight coming up, when I don't have a fight, 3 minutes. Because in the amateurs we were 3 minutes. So I changed back to two. So I was as a kid 2 minutes, then amateur elite, I 3 minutes, then back to two. So it's like this. And again, I like 2 minute rounds so I can push myself in all the rounds. But I do mids 3 minutes. Also, my conditioning takes apart the sprints. Everything just comes together. And I don't condition myself just for 2 minutes. I condition myself for 10 rounds.
Well, you are training at the world famous Wildcard Boxing Gym with your mom, Coach Alvarado Gloria, and also Marvin Samodia. Samodio, how do you feel when you're in that gym? I mean, so many legends have come out of that gym. I know that. Do you train upstairs or downstairs?
Both, mostly
Both.
upstairs, upstairs, because a lot of times the guys are all like sweaty and smelly down there. I just,
They do both sides.
yeah.
They do both. I'm like, Marie, put air fresheners in this place.
You know what?
But
I like the smell of an old gym, to be honest.
minus the nasty sweat and sweaty balls and God knows what.
Yeah, that part I just the armpits. I'm like, you guys don't have deodorant. Or
Sorry,
they keep
training.
fish bills. Forget about it.
Oh.
Ew.
Ugh.
Training at a gym like at the Wild Card, there's lots of champions who train there, and then there's like people who are not professional fighters, people who do it aerobically, and just a variety of people who come into the Wild Card. Have you ever had to check anybody in the Wild Card who was not respecting your gangster when you're
You
in
know,
training?
a lot of times, like I say, the gym is full. You can have a Fallon, a cop, a
Mhm.
world champion, and just like anything in that gym. So it mixes. And there is people, my mom checks them. I'm a shy person. I'm not confrontational like that. They'll just be I'm trying to hit the bag. They're talking about, I was like, hey, she's working, go. Like, you need to understand, I'm not like, or there's times where a guy wants to hog a bag and I'm like trying to share it. And then he's just like, no, this is my bag. And Marie is the one that really like, she's
Shout
like,
out to Marie.
she's
Mhm.
fighting. She's a strong woman. She's like, she's fighting. She needs the bag. Get out of there. Like, you can, this is a professional fighter. You better move. And I mean, again, it just, you have people smile on your face, then there's a frown when they leave. So it's just, at the end of the day, I'm there to work. It's my gym. It's my holy grail. I'm there to focus and work and build my skill. I can care less. I don't let that energy affect me.
Now, with training with your mom, so we've talked about fathers and sons
Mhm.
training together. We've seen a lot of teams. It's very rare you see a mother and a daughter. It's very rare.
Mhm.
When, how do you know when you have to check your mom from being a mom in the ring, in the corner, because she always wants the best for you, to being that trainer? Have you ever seen that switch? You're like, mom, or you have to be a coach, not a mom right now.
Mhm. Oh, of course. I mean, we settled this when I was like 19. I believe we were getting a little emotional. If we were arguing at the house, it was brought to the gym, or if it was brought to the gym, we fought in the gym. She wasn't being my mom, so like we worked it out, and we're like, okay, mom, like okay. She flips the switch. I'm like, okay, it's coach time, or it's mom time. I still appreciate having a mom near me because at the end of the day, she wants the best for me. A lot of these coaches and managers are shady. They only there for the money. They want to rip you off. And with her, I feel protected. I know she wants the best for me. I know she's not gonna scam me. I'm her daughter, you know, and I only want the best for her, and she wants the best for me. So I know all my team around me is there to help me and not sabotage me. And I appreciate that because men coaches, a lot of times they can be very, you know, pervertive or just, you know, or like want money. And it's just Marvin, again, he's respectful. I love him so much. Wild card, all the coaches, they're very lovable there. They're not disrespectful. And that's what you need in the gym. You know, you don't want these people just staring at you like you don't have clothes on. It's just, it's ridiculous. So, like I said, I appreciate a woman training me and knowledgeable. She's been around more than 30 years. She knows more than 80% of these trainers, even 90%. All the best trainers out here know who she is. And men don't like it because it's a woman and they don't like a woman who's doing better than them. But that's when you got to go out there and be even better.
Period.
You got to
Period.
prove a point.
I have the utmost respect for your mom. I've had the pleasure of meeting her before. She
She's
is.
here right now.
Oh, shout out to
Hi.
your
Hi,
mom.
come
Hi, Gloria.
here. You got to say hi.
Come and say hi.
I have bad hair day.
It's
Oh
all
yeah,
right.
me too. That's why I've got my scarf on. But I
I
was
need
just
one of
get,
those.
I was just giving you your kudos because I respect what you are doing and what the two of you are building so much because there's always, like Cynthia mentioned, father, son, father, son, father, son. Now we have not only have mother, daughter. I'm trying to even think of the only other mother trainer that I think is Dennis Douglin's mother.
Yeah,
Oh
Might
yeah,
Mama's
be.
Janice
Day.
Douglas. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mama's
that's the
Day.
only mom trainer that
Mom. Yeah.
we know. So when you sit here with your daughter, we've been discussing, the separation of mother, daughter, of coach and athlete. How do you make that adjustment? How do you self-check yourself from, going past the boundary that you guys have set already?
Well, being part of a legendary boxing kickboxing family, we always knew what our roles were. Um, Being in the gym, seeing our parents giving classes, training people we weren't allowed to. We couldn't be kids. We had to be students, fighters, and I give my daughter the same respect. It's hard at sometimes because a lot of people would get a little salty because they got beat up, you would say, in the amateurs. And you have these young guys that have like a father daughter, and but for the
They
most
scream
part,
at their kids. I'm like, whoa.
yeah, for the most part, they respected us because we've been at nationals every single year, and since when I would train with Joe Estrada, Sinisa's father, and my daughter, and Roxy just grew up, and we had a lot of national fighters. So I know how to act like a coach, and like she says, a lot of people scream at their kids, and we've seen them smack them around.
They've ruined their careers at some point. They
Yeah.
stopped boxing because of
Yeah.
their fathers and
And
the
I said I would
pressure.
never do that to my daughter. I would never, if I want her to become a world champion, I want her to become a legend as well as my other family. I need to treat her like an athlete. And one time, I'll tell the story. She got a little hurt with me. I think it was right before COVID, right after World Championships.
Mhm.
She wanted me. I just want you as my mom. Let me get another trainer. So
Aw.
I said, okay. I just wanted her to see
No name.
what I won't give a name. Very famous trainer. Okay.
You could tell us off the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, very three famous people in that gym, super famous. So, they they asked me, and they know Roxy, and they know what she was about, and I asked them if she can join the team, and they're like, "Are you kidding me? Yes, of course. We want to sign her, and
It's
she
funny.
was there with 3 months and said, "We're out."
I was like, I can't do this. I even went with another one. I was like, no. I was like, no.
Why?
They
Why
don't
is
treat
that?
they don't treat women the same, or they're just lazy. People think they're the best coaches, and it makes me like people don't know. They don't really know because they don't train their fighters. They have this one or two superstars, and that's
Yeah.
it. They're retired. They're good.
I had one of the trainers say, "You see, I taught her how to throw the jab really
I was
good."
like,
I
no, you
said,
didn't.
"You should have told me that 100 fights ago. Maybe we would have won all 108 fights."
And it was
Now,
just, it's ridiculous, and I just
three
think,
world gold medals later.
I was like, I just think it's ridiculous. A lot of these, they think they're the best trainers. I'm like, no, they got too many eggs in a basket. They're not focused, and they don't make money with me. At this age now, they'll probably be like, oh yeah, but it's not worth my time. Or the people in the gym, again, they don't see women, or I don't want to be cocky, but they don't see a decent, pretty woman in the gym and be like, oh, she can fight too. And then they just trying to hit on you, or they're just disrespectful, or again, the money, they don't take me seriously. And I was like, nobody really gonna care for me like my mother.
Yeah,
Like,
for the most part, everybody's respect Roxy because they know we've been all over the world fighting. So
now they get a right hook.
they're a little intimidated because the pressure was on them. She won 100 fights, I think no, about 98 fights undefeated, and they were nervous. And then we went to, I think it was European Championships, and we won the gold medal. And when that big, huge fighter that we won't say a name now was fighting, they were watching the stats on their phone, and they were excited that Roxy won a gold medal, so they were excited to be part of that journey with us.
God, we just want to know who these people are.
I'll tell
Very
you
not, that's
after.
not fair. You're
Okay.
telling us things like
No,
that.
no.
Next time we run into you in the streets, like in a hotel or something, we'll have to have a glass of wine and you can tell us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You mentioned Sinisa Estrada, and you are an LA native. You always have the Dodger kid as your, well, yeah, majority of the time it's Dodgers. I remember your last fight. You brought two people out to your fight that actually were very shocking, but you've also known them, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and they actually were playing very nice. And I know Lisa Garcia and your mom are very close because I would see them together at TCL. And
Hmm.
they're just, I mean, the way they talked about you guys as kids growing up and boxing, it's like I'm like in a mom group listening to about their kids. But growing up with Ryan Garcia and having him at your fights and just people that you grew up with, Sinicia, you see it where her career, her trajectory. What does that mean to you?
Well, again, with Ryan, I mean, and Sean Garcia, his brother was very
Yeah.
good too. I used to spar them, and we were kids. Like, we would go to nationals together. I was on the team with Sean, and I seen them grow up. And it's like even everybody, Kermau, Moton, you had Keyshawn Davis, you have all these fighters, Michaela Mayer, Christina Cruz, O'Shea Jones. Everybody, I grew up with them, and it's crazy. I'm like, okay, it's my turn now, and I won't speak on Sinisa. I just don't want to do that, but other than
Okay.
that,
No.
I will speak on everyone else's behalf. Again, like, I appreciate it, and it motivates me because a lot of fighters we grew up with, they're not around. You don't see them. They just disappeared into thin air. Again, boxing, not that many people make it. It's a small percentage, and that small percentage, you got to give them credit. They're doing something, and they keep pushing and pushing. And again, the women I grew up with, it's nice to see them growing and growing. And I mean, the younger ones too, that are like maybe 2, 3 years younger than me, they're pushing themselves too. I grew up with them, but they were just like two divisions smaller than me. But we're all turning pro. Like now, Ryan was a little bigger in the age group, and Keyshawn, like a generation before me, but we're all the same. We went to all the same amateur tournaments. We were all kids, all the nationals. There's a showdown when it was around, and rest in peace. But it was great, and I cherish those moments. I miss them. I do, but now it's more of a business aspect. It's more serious, and people have their things. And again, when Ryan came to my fight, I was like, "Oh, now you come," because he was supposed to come to my last, and I was like, "No, you say that, but you're not gonna come." He's like, "No, I promise I will." And on my live, he's like, "I'm gonna go to your next fight." I'm like, "Yeah, right." He was there. I was like, "What the heck?" And then Teofimo, I didn't know he was gonna be there, to be honest, at all. I was like, "Oh, hey, he just came to Wild Card not that long ago." For a media workout with a few fighters that were fighting in from our gym, and I seen him there. He's super cool, super humble. Everyone thinks he's this guy on Instagram, but really he's just a chill dude. A
I
lot of
like I like all the names that you mentioned. That's a really elite group. You, um, Ryan, Keyshawn, Carmel.
Carmel, yeah.
That's a really, really terrific group. When you look back at those days of going to those tournaments, was there anybody out of that group of friends? I mean, it's kind of like a friend group, it's a tournament that you looked at them and was like, that's going to be one of the ones
For
when we,
sure.
when we get there.
Bam Rodriguez. I thought he was gonna
Hmm.
be one. He was special. He was strong. Keyshawn, Shakur, I guess, and you have what again? O'Shea, I knew she was gonna make it. She's 154, I believe. Good weight class to be in. Kermel, he was younger than me, but I seen him working. Michaela, by the time I was kind of like making it on Team USA and stuff, she was already in the Olympic situation and was gonna go to like turn pro. I mean, I still remember Queen Underwood, so like that generation was right when I was starting to be like 12, 13. They all kind of just turned pro. But I mean, from my group, yeah, I mean, honestly, with Ryan, I knew he was gonna be a superstar with the woman too, because he had that little smirk. He tried to talk to everybody. I'm like, Ryan, you're being bad. All five of my friends said you tried to hit on them. Like, you need to stop. So it's like his fight looked like a Taylor Swift concert, and I was just like, I was like, these people don't
Nothing's
even.
changed.
It
I was
has
like,
not
these people,
changed.
they don't even watch boxing, and they're supposed to fight with the Ryan poster. I'm like, oh my god, he's another golden boy.
We love her.
Oh my God. That's so.
Oh, and you know what's funny too? So I had a car wash, a fundraiser when I was like 15 for nationals, and him and Sean, they were gonna do the car wash. They had the posters. They came to my fundraiser in San Fernando Valley. I remember they made me a lot of money because they took off their shirts and they had the posters and they're like car wash, and all these girls started lining up to
Do you
wash
have
their
pictures
cars. And
of this?
so
You have to send
this
me
was a
pictures so
long
I can
time
put it
ago.
in my video.
I had to
In our
find it. It was a
interview.
live video my mom made.
Oh my
They were
God,
shirtless,
please.
like come do the car wash and going like this. And they're like, Ryan's like 17, Sean's like 14. They were doing some Magic Mike stuff, and girls were lining up their cars. They made me so much money for my fundraiser. It was hilarious.
God, we need Ryan and Sean for us. For our,
Okay,
for our
okay.
show.
Come stand outside and make some money for the channel, child. Please
You
take
can
your
watch the
shirt
top
off.
of my windshield.
Okay. Yeah, probably would make some
Oh
good
my
ass
God,
money if
that's
I was
so
out there.
funny.
That's
Those
awesome.
are, yeah, things like that we don't know about because that's when your younger years, when you're growing up and they were out of the spotlight, not in the sense that they are now. But now we have to get talking about your fight because you're back in the spotlight. UFC Fight Pass, April 19th. You were, I mean, you're fighting now a girl named Jessica Maltez. She's a doctor, a veterinarian. She's a mother. But you said earlier that you had another fighter. I'm not sure if you're able to disclose. If you are, sorry, Tom. We're just asking the
No,
questions.
I mean, I won't say the name, but yes,
No,
I
no, don't say
did.
that.
No, she was 9-1, but she actually took a fight with the girl I fought. So like, or some other girl fought some other girl. Like they're all connected, and I was gonna fight her. A 9-1 girl. I was gonna do my first 8 rounds. That was the plan. But again, I just have to stay active. At this point, I don't care what people say. Oh, you're fighting this and that. Like I always say, prepare every fight like it's a big fight, and that's that you expect the unexpected. It's boxing,
Mhm.
so I prepared the same way for every fight, and even harder and harder and harder each time it goes. You don't underestimate anybody, and I have respect for anybody that jumps in the ring with anybody that signed the contract. A lot of people in my last fight, why'd you do that to the girls? Like, she signed the contract. I was like, we both knew in there, if I'm not beating her up, she's gonna beat me up. So
Yeah.
like, it's a business. It's boxing.
I mean, your last fight, you had a TKO, so that's a good fight for Ryan and them to come out too. And it was a good fight that for Tom to say, you know what, I think this is the girl, we're going to sign her. So you're putting on some shows and you're bringing the crowds out. And when Jeandra and I are a big fan of ring fits and some of your weigh-ins, oh,
I know. Don't look at the comments.
the booty is
No, look
popping.
at the
No,
comments.
yeah.
Yes. They need to come
The
watch your
booty,
fight.
It was
yeah,
so bad.
yeah.
The officials, I always tell them, look the other way because you're gonna go viral. And my first weigh-in with Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins was looking this way, and they came after him. I was like, poor guy, I'm so sorry. And De La Hoya was going like this somewhere else, looking that way. And they're like, dang, they're just looking and this and that. I was like, I feel so bad. In my last fight, the commission was yelling the way he's like this, like, and the mouth was open in the video, and they're like, he's so in shock that he's so. It was just, I felt so bad. So the commission, they always go like this when I weigh in now because they don't want to go
That's
viral and their wives get
hilarious.
mad.
I feel like I've seen a picture like that of Bernard, like not of your weigh-in, of like a male fighter weigh-in. Bernard always does this thing because he's always like trying
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
scale
he's
and
just like
stuff.
this, looking at the
Yeah.
scale, and it looks like he's looking somewhere else. I feel so bad.
I mean, it happens. You think of like Eddie Hearn when Ebony Bridges has to come out, or the
I would have been like this.
yeah, I know. I mean, like, hold on,
I'm
let
no
me get
better
my
than a man.
phone.
I'm
And
no
then
better.
even what's her name? She just won against Nina Hughes. She had fate or she had paint. And then you
The
have
OnlyFans, the Sugar Meats,
yeah. And what's her
122, right? Or bantamweight. Yeah, I
yes. And who's the
Mhm.
other one that red bathing suit? Oh God.
Maricela.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
We
Cornejo,
Oh,
always
I
know,
know the
like,
red bathing
I
suit.
always say, are you
legendary.
bringing out that red bathing suit? But you have a brand, and you know what? You have a brand. This is what, I remember Jeandra asked, what do women have to do now? Before, you didn't have social media. Now you got to put yourself out in social media because there's people who's not going to know, oh, she's hot, but she can't box. And when they see it, like, oh,
Mhm.
she's hot and she can box and kick ass.
Hmm.
So,
That's the thing. You either like are a good fighter, and then sometimes like girls are really, really pretty, not the greatest fighter, but at the same time, I've been around long enough. You should respect me, and it's not just about looks. And a lot of times, yeah, I do get fans. I have a lot of fans that are just there for the looks, but then they're like, "Oh, snap, you can fight too!" Like, or they just like, "You're pretty, that don't box." I'm like, I've been doing this way before social media was this big. Like, I
And
just
you
got
still
good genetics.
pretty.
Thank my
she's still
mom.
pretty.
You gotta
Yeah.
say it like Muhammad Ali, and I'm still pretty.
Yeah.
And
Everybody's
I'm
so
still
pretty.
pretty.
I don't know if you can answer this. It's kind of on a tangent, but not on a tangent. So you are signed to 360 Promotions, and your fight is going to be on UFC Fight Pass, which we know is the house that Dana White built. And
Mhm.
we've been seeing the news with the new thing that he's doing with Turkey. And have they said anything to you about this new thing they've got going on, or is there anything you know about it, or are you part of that part of what
Or is
they
there
got?
anything you can say?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, for the most part, I've seen the purses. We all saw the purses, but I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, if the deal hasn't been made, they're still discussing things. So again, I'll leave it up to the promoter. I haven't had no word from it, but I might have other news, other big news coming. It all
Ooh.
depends really, like on what my promoter wants, and I know he's gonna move me right. I mean, he had Cecilia Brakis, he had Triple G from the beginning to the end, the Klitschko brothers, and
Mhm.
he'll take care of me, move me the right way. I'm not in a rush. I'm 23 years old. I was looking at the 120s, the fight that just happened. I was like, this girl's 29 and this girl's 30. I was like, I'm so young, and people are just like, they always expect me to be the best in every fight, and I can't go wrong because of my resume, the amateurs, and but the pro game is completely different.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to move differently. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush to have a fight every single month. But if it happens, it happens. Again, he moves me right. Sooner or later, I'm going to do 8 rounds. Maybe this might be my last 6 round. I want to fight for a little title, something, anything. So just moving the right way.
Okay.
Mhm.
What Michaela Mayer is fighting Sandy Ryan this week at Fontainebleau here in Las Vegas and on ESPN. We want to know, who did you have winning the first fight and who will win the second fight and how?
I had Michaela winning the first fight. I don't think it was a robbery. Sandy Ryan's a great fighter as well. This next fight, I feel like either I was like, Michaela Mir's been working on conditioning. She wants to knock this girl out. She needs to make it more clear for her fans, and that's what's gonna happen. I have Michaela Mir all the way, but you never know. Sandy might come with this vengeance and this I need to win. This is American soil type of thing. I mean, look at what happened with Natasha Jones and Michaela back over there. Like it's soil. They think it's like this soil territory thing, but again. I mean, I have Michaela, like I love Michaela, she opened the doors for a lot of us. So I mean, I got her.
Okay, well, since we're talking about women, did you watch the Sky Nicholson versus Tiara Brown?
Mhm. I watched
Okay,
that fight. I
how
watched
did
it.
you score it? Because there was a lot of people had it different ways, and I want to know how you scored it and who won to you.
I mean, that's my weight class, so I'm going after them.
I-
Um, I had, I really think TR won. Simple. I mean, Sky got her game plan didn't work. The moving, punching, she was holding the whole fight. Commentators were so biased. I didn't appreciate that, and it might have been a little sloppy, but she got the work done. She smothered her what she was supposed to do. I mean, Sky is a boxer. She's like a Shakur Stevenson, but a female version. And so a lot of people don't like watching fights like that. And TR really sold that fight
Yeah.
because no one really watches Guy. And I'm gonna be realistic. She's a good person. She seems like a good person, but again, all the talking this and that, it worked. People were waiting to see that fight, and they were all the odds were against Brown, and she believed in herself so much she manifested it. And everything happens for a reason. Now she has the belt, but she better keep it warm because a
That's
lot
what
of
I'm
us are
saying. Now
coming.
Roxy is back there.
You're
I
like,
Like,
always,
I
I
see
always
it.
say, when whoever has a bout, it's like a big piece of steak, and all the lions are trying to grab it. So when I have a bout, they're gonna come after me, and you just gotta keep the people are hungry. They're hungry. Women are hungry, and that weight class. I mean, there's good talent. Once it hits 118 up in female boxing, honestly, the talent's like the heavier the weight, the talent I believe is a little bit more advanced. I mean, I have nothing against small fighters. There's a lot of great smaller fighters, but again, the competition wise, I plan to do 122 too. I might go down and up and then maybe 130. We'll see.
as you
So
should.
As you
That's right.
should. Okay,
all the
and
belts, I want them all like Thanos.
That's right.
okay, and now the ultimate trilogy that we're going to be graced with in July is Taylor versus Serrano 3. Who did you have winning the first and second fight?
First fight, it was really close. I can't judge that one. Honestly, I probably watched 5 rounds and I had to do something, so I really didn't see that one. Unfortunately, the second one, I really think Taylor won. Everyone keeps saying that Amanda got robbed. The headbutts, I get it, but they're discrediting Taylor for everything. She's a headbutt queen. This and that. I was like, did you not hear the resume when she walked through that when they announced her name? Like they're so easy to bash her and saying she sucks. She's one of the to me, she's a great fighter, one of the greatest too. And like I plan to be her sparring partner. I really think Taylor won. I mean, Amanda was aggressive. She was coming forward, throwing those 1, 2 solid punches, but then you have Taylor 6 punches, like da 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 out. Da, da, da. She almost knocked her out though in the first round. That was scary. But I mean, Amanda's very powerful. I really think Taylor, no one really agrees with me, but I really think Taylor edged it off because of the 6, 7 punches. They might have not been powerful, but they were enough to win. The judges can see that. I would have judged it the same way. I really had Taylor winning. Amanda's 2 to 3 punches were strong and powerful and accurate, but 6 to 3, who was the more active? Even people think aggression is supposed to win a fight. That's not how it works. I was like, aggression doesn't win you a fight. Maybe Texas judges, maybe, I don't know. But like I said, I don't think aggression should win a fight. I think it's all about the skill and the accuracy.
Okay, oh wait, who's gonna win the third one?
Oh,
I was
I
like,
mean, it's already. I've never seen a trilogy where the girl won the first 2 fights or any fighters. It's
well, it's
money,
because it was no, but it was so close that you have people online, just like you just said. Oh,
I
she
had
wants to
Katie
get it.
winning. I had
Huh?
Katie winning.
Okay. But
I have
people,
Katie winning because I think this time she's like, you know what? I gotta really just
No,
move.
sorry, I had Amanda winning.
oh,
I didn't have Katie winning neither, but I had Amanda winning.
why
both
did
fights.
you have Amanda winning?
Really, the last one? I don't think
Well,
so.
because it's she was just more precise. The solid, the power of walking her down, cutting the ring. Being that she almost took her out a couple of times.
I don't think that wins you a fight. Though.
Yeah, I know. Me and her argued about it, but I thought Amanda won those two of those fights.
Look, if me and Clarissa agree that Katie won, then she won.
Okay.
But Roxy's hoping to be Roxy's hoping to be her sparring partner. That way she really win this time.
That's a
I'm a
phenomenal
lefty.
partner.
I come forward. I think I'm very strong for my
And
age. So
you're southpaw
I'm
and
fast. Like I
can
move
you
like
fight
this.
orthodox? Can you switch it?
I can, but I prefer to stay southpaw. I mean, I don't understand. Like I'm already, I would say, gifted to be a lefty. So why would I go
Yeah,
back to, orthodox and like be just like my,
everyone else.
funny. People try to switch lefty with me. I'm like, are you sure you want to do that with a lefty?
You're like, I got
Don't
this
switch
right
with a
hand.
lefty and don't hook with a hooker.
Bing, the jab, bing.
That's so funny. Oh, Jeandra and I are so glad that we've been able to get you on the show finally. It took some time, but you are on the show,
Thank you.
and we can't wait to see you fight April 19th at the Commerce Casino in Commerce. I'm like in Commerce, Compton. Hello, in Commerce, California, April 19th on UFC Fight Pass. Very, very exciting stuff. I know. I'm like, who's that? Okay. Any last thoughts, Jeandra?
Yeah, I have one last sauce. You know, we haven't done this in a while, and I have been so excited to say this now. For anybody out there who's watching, you know, we have a little segment called Talk Your Shit. So for the next 30 seconds, we want you to talk your shit to whoever you think shit need to be talked to.
Oh, we haven't done this in so long.
I'm a nice
I know.
person.
You
No,
can
get
still
in
be
that.
nice to talk your
Let's
shit.
do
You can
it.
be classy
Yeah.
with it.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all I'm gonna say is 126, 122, 130. I'm knocking, 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 and I'm coming up. So better keep those belts really warm for me, because I'm gonna prove to you guys that I'm coming for you. And you know, I might seem like I only got 3 fights, but I'm coming. I'm gonna be a real top contender very soon and a threat to a lot of you guys, because I'm fast, I'm young, I'm 23 years old, I'm strong, I'm a southpaw. You know, I've been my IQ sharp. Gotta just touch up a few things, but I'm coming. And I say this in the most respectful way, that I'm coming. Knock, knock.
I love that.
That's right.
Knock, knock. Can you give us a sneak peek of what you're going to be wearing for weigh-ins, or talk about it,
I
or like,
mean,
is it
you know, like I
small?
love some pastel. What holidays coming after my fight?
Easter? Are you gonna have eggs on your boobs or something?
You know, my mom started
And
doing
a
that. I was like,
basket?
okay, we're not doing that. We're not putting pasties.
Not the little, what are those things called? Peeps? No
Yeah.
little peeps.
Little bunny paws. Okay, look at this is funny. Like a lot of people are missing it. Roxy is probably the only female out there that's not wearing the bikini, but causing as much as attention. She's wearing shorts. She's wearing
Oh no, but them shorts and that booty is like,
It's hungry. It's
That
hungry.
booty,
She's
man, that booty
Latina.
getting them shorts, girls, like a goat.
It's
mhm.
like a bikini. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and then
she goes,
and
this
I
is
think
not a bikini.
yeah,
I'm
and
like,
your
are you
first
sure?
one, it was
What was your
sheer,
favorite
and that
outfit?
booty still popped. I think you were in the muertes,
They're the muertos,
yeah. I mean,
That was fly.
just because you're not showing a lot of skin, it still shows a lot of skin.
Maybe
Oh,
the
yeah.
material, when the material is together, it don't matter what you wear
The
with the material.
imagination. Leave
That's
room
right.
for the
Hello.
imagination.
But
Just
no,
like
those
the
booty
Daisy
shorts were
Duke.
so hot though. Those
Man, them, oh shoot, what did I got over here? Oh, I can't get them out fast now. I got these oranges on my table, man. I can't get them
yeah,
out fast
see,
enough. Oh
Easter,
well.
huh? Are you doing like pastel colors?
We'll see. We're gonna light it up. So it's gonna be
She's gonna be
fun.
lit up.
Them shorts was
I'm telling you. I mean, you could
You
you
can
could
put
do
a
like an
cup on
arts
it.
and crafts. You can do like the fake green fur, or that plastic fur on your underwear, and then put little bunny eggs or like little bunny ears and little bunny tail.
No, because some guy's gonna say some inappropriate thing. What about my eggs?
do you like them fertilized or scrambled?
Hard boiled.
They're like, he can use my eggs all the time. I'm like, you guys need to stop.
Well, you know, if they say that to you, all you have to say is, well, as you know, eggs are very expensive. Okay. So keep that in mind. Eggs are very expensive.
God. See, only girls can talk about this kind of stuff.
No, I know.
You
I know.
can't talk about this with like
Fun
guys.
talking to you ladies. You guys are fun.
You are too.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
I know. Well, we appreciate your time, Roxy, and we appreciate your time, Gloria. Thank you so much, you ladies. You
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
And you know what? I want to do a shout out real fast to Lisa Garcia. We pray for you.
Yes.
Lisa,
Yeah.
she was in Chicago.
Yeah.
We love you, Lisa.
We love you, Lisa. And you got this. That's all. Okay. All right, guys. Make sure you tune in April 19th. Roxy, Right Hook Roxy is taking on Maltez and going for her undefeated
Gotta
record.
speak it
And
into existence,
yeah,
Cynthia.
yeah,
Yes.
undisputed,
Amen.
undisputed, undisputed. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We're gonna Jeandra stay on. All right, guys. Good luck to you, Roxy. I appreciate
Thank you
your
so
time.
much.
Jeandra appreciates your time.
Appreciate it.
Tune in April 18th for the weigh-in.
Oh, April
Eggs are
18th. Is it on UFC Fight Pass YouTube?
Yes. They put
Okay,
it on the
there-
whole UFC
I'll
page.
just be on my Instagram. Just be updating it.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thanks,
guys.
Roxy. We appreciate you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun.
Because I remember when I talked to her during TCL, we had a great time, but she's a lot more like looser now. So
Looser.
yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
I can see. I mean, when I interviewed her, she was, I mean, obviously when I interview her, she was in battle mode. But just to see her so happy and light, and just even her mom, when they talked about each other, just saying, how do you switch it off, and like, not crossing that line. I really appreciated that. because
Mhm.
you don't have moms and daughters fighting. I
I
didn't
love-
realize her family was that like combat sports. I knew one of them was a boxer, not a kickboxer. Did you hear the grandma and then the uncle? I did not
I
know
love
that.
that. That's awesome. True sports legacy. That's
It
amazing.
really is. Wow, that was girl, I can't wait to see her weigh-in outfit.
Me too. It's gonna be cute. We're gonna have to start like Vegas odds as she grows in popularity. We have to create, I don't even know how you would even do that. Like make the odds like what is she gonna wear? Or like the over, you know?
The over under. I should ask my betting friend who does odds, who's an odds maker. I'm gonna ask him, how do you do that for like, say, she's not gonna wear thong, but is she gonna wear pink or is she gonna wear green? Is she gonna wear sparkles? Is she gonna wear a tube top? Is she gonna wear
Maybe it's just
denim?
the green grass that be in the Easter basket. We just
That's
put
what I was
grass
saying.
everywhere.
I like in my mind, I'm already designing a whole outfit in my for her.
That's pretty. I like the idea. That's pretty hot. Bring
Oh,
back
Jay.
calendars.
Oh God. There you go. I think the girls should. I think all the girls should. Um,
Mm.
but yeah. So yeah, okay. Well, she called out Tiara Brown. She called out, I mean, those are some interesting conversations. And Clarissa Shields, you see that? Anything you say, she's like, well, Clarissa says it. It's true. I love it.
Mhm.
I
Shoot, and
love
she can still get
it.
that Sky Nichols. I mean, Sky is still, even though she lost the fight, still, it's a good name. It's a
Good
good name.
name.
One
It's
day.
a good name, and one day she's gonna move up in weight because when she says she has to move up and down in weight, that's what all the women have to do. So
That's right.
sky's the limit. Oh, sky's the limit for her. Then just on another note, we want to say congratulations to the bomb, Alicia Baumgardner. We actually said this. Jeandra has been saying this. Oh, I don't know, since we first started our show, and we had Alicia on the show what 3, 4 years ago. Why
It
not
was like our
sign?
first, among our first guests, like
Yes.
our first, second guest.
Yeah, I
Wow.
should clip that. I'm gonna put it in the thing. Just be like, you know who she
Mm.
should sign with, Jake? You should sign her MVP promotions. But now it's happened. They both have two undisputed. You have Serrano and the Baumgardner. So now I'm curious to see the fights that she's
Mm.
gonna line
Mm.
up for. Michaela Mayer wants the fight. I mean, she wants the
Know what
rematch.
fight she gonna get? We know what fight she gonna get.
I don't know which fight. I don't.
She gonna get that win. I think I'm a predict.
Okay.
I think that she's gonna get the winner of this Katie Amanda trilogy.
Keep it
I
all in the
think that's
fan
gonna.
bam.
I think that's gonna be her fight. All the belts on the line. Whoever's got all the belt. Well, Amanda still has all her belts because
Yeah.
her and Kate she went up. So if
Hmm.
she gets the Amanda fight, belts on belts on belts. If she gets the Katie fight, belts on belts on belts. Boy, that would look. It's gonna happen. Hook it up,
Hmm.
Jake Paul. Jake just him a fight now. Who did he call? I feel like you told me he's called out someone. uh, He's been
Oh,
calling out all
Jake
sorts of
Paul?
people. Yeah,
Oh, well, I don't know. The last thing I heard that allegedly, well, obviously if Tank won the fight, then that was actually the fight that was
that's
supposed
what
to
it was.
happen. And
Mhm.
that was reported by Lance Pugmire that I think Dan Raphael, he found out from Dan. So that was the fight. That's why we're like, why is Jake here? Like, I get he's a fight fan, but we know Tank has to fight Roach. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, he's
No
got
ifs,
to.
ands, or
He's
buts.
got to.
Check out Michaela's interview because she offered Baumgardner the rematch and she declined it. Don't know.
Mhm.
She offered so like somebody else. You'll see all the names that she went through and how she got to Sandy Ryan. The girl's a moneymaker. Smart for
You
her.
know, if now in hindsight, do you think that Alicia was already deep, deep, deep in her negotiations
I
with
think so.
MSG and probably couldn't say yes?
I think
Because
so. I think
what?
so because during the time Michaela said she didn't have a promoter. So I mean, it's not like Alicia was just in negotiations for like a week. So I think
Mhm.
and now we understand why, or maybe because the offer could have been low. We don't know.
Yeah,
It could have
yeah.
been low, and now that she has MVP promotions, she has Netflix behind her. She's got a machine behind her.
Hmm.
It only makes sense that Michaela even mentioned for Turkey possibly put it on one of his cards because that makes sense.
Mhm.
That makes
Shoot, Top Rank,
money
Top
sense.
Rank probably couldn't afford that fight. Jake probably was like, if they were already signed, he was probably like, the women over here get paid. They get paid over here. So if you're not talking about a millie, then we can't.
A milli plus. Yeah.
Exactly, for an undisputed champ. But congratulations to her. Very excited to see what this next chapter of her career is going to be.
I know. It's really exciting. So, whatever we put out about you ladies, it's what the ladies say. So don't respectfully, we're just putting out what the interview says. But we love
Exactly.
all of you ladies. We're really happy that your careers are moving forward, and we just want the fights to happen. I really want to see Baumgardner Mayer too, because that is bombs away. Good fights.
Away.
All right, Jeandra. Well, that was a fun one. I'm sorry I took you away from your daughter from spring break.
Girl left. She left. That's what I was looking at off camera when I muted myself when I wasn't coughing. I'm looking. She left with her cousin. So
Oh,
take
she's
me
out.
away. She
She's
said, I'm too
out.
grown for all this.
Well, there you go. Oh, so you know how we always talk about our kids? My son, we were filming yesterday, and now remember I taught him how to do a Y this and then straight, or a B bubble butt. So now it's a 5. He writes a 5 like this and then makes a circle so it looks like a 6. So now I was like, do a stick, my body, and my bubble butt as a 5. So when he writes it, he's like arm, body, bubble butt. He says it out loud and writes it. I was like, hey, as long as that's how he does it.
As long as it's right on the test, that's all we care about.
That's all
However
about.
we get there.
It doesn't matter as long as he's getting it, and that's it. But yeah, filming is going great. Well, I mean, it's exhausting, but it's going really well. And he's mic'd up, so the sound sounds so much better.
Oh,
And
my
yeah,
sweet boy.
yeah, we're getting there. Tomorrow we're going to the museum, and they know that we're coming, so we're mic'd up. We're gonna have lights. Well, just
wow, that's so cool.
yeah, so it'll be exciting. It'll be fun. We already had a trial run, and we're like, yeah, we need to not come here when there's like a million people from spring break.
Yeah.
All you see are the parents' faces like, oh my God, I just need wine. I like seriously all of our faces. The 2 days I went shooting with Brooklyn, the day on Thursday I shot by myself with him, I'm like, oh my God, this is so hard. There's so many kids, like so many germs, so many people coughing and picking their nose and eating. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, gross.
I was like, Brooklyn, don't do that. Don't do that. I do the scare tactics.
You're gonna fall off if you do that.
I show him videos on YouTube. I'm like, do you want your toenail to look like that? If you're gonna pick your fingers like that, you see the bubbles, and then they're gonna cut off your finger. That it helps, I guess. I mean, what am I gonna say? Stop it. Whatever.
Right. Brooklyn, what man? Next year he gonna go to school and be like, "Look, if you keep doing that, your toenails are gonna turn green. They're gonna
My
fall."
mama told me this.
My mama told me, and I saw a video. So,
I love her. I love it. All right, Jay. Well, you get back to whatever you're doing, relaxing from a long day.
To a nap. I am beat.
All right. Well, make sure you guys tune into Roxy Right Hook Verduzco, April 19th, UFC Fight Pass, and also at Commerce Casino in Commerce, California. All right, Jeandra, another one in the can, another fun one in the can.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you. Hopefully, we're going to see each other
Yeah, we are gonna see each
next.
other. It's locked in, girl. It's locked in.
It's called Inoue Fight, baby. Ooh, that's a good fight, guys. And
I gotta
we're gonna
practice my doitasha mashite.
I know we need and our segments.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, guys.
For our Japanese friends out there.
I don't even know Japanese. I don't know Japanese. I'm gonna have to learn some. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Best Women's Boxing Show. Period. I am Cynthia Conte.
And I'm Jeandra LaBeouf.
See you guys at the fights. Bye, guys.